Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Monapia Campaign. Last time we took on some of the northern tribes with one more in our sights, the little tribal city-state of Cornawii, or rather Cornawia with their capital at Cornawii. Quite a fitting final target in the north because this reminds us of our own tribal city-state origins. We're quite a far cry from that now, and we're going to get even further from that very soon. But we do have this last target. We have to get a claim on them, and we do have plenty of PI to make that claim, so let's go ahead and get that fabricated. Probably could have gotten that going a little earlier, but I was not paying attention. This episode, I'm going to tighten up the brain, really get focused in and make sure that I am not making little tiny mistakes like that, as has been happening the last couple episodes. Make sure that I'm fully focused. Now, Ablania does want to break their alliance with us. I think that is completely fine, in all honesty. Especially because we are now finally loyal over here, so we can go ahead and change this policy most likely. Well, maybe not quite yet while we're so close. I guess once we start the fort building. Let's keep it as it is for a little bit longer, and we'll switch it over, just so it is fully secure. But anyways, I think my fleets are on their way back, and the Keraluli fleet has returned, and the Manawia fleet is on its way back over to Manawia. So let's go ahead and resume. So, last time we got some territory, we destroyed some of the buildings. We're going to keep this marsh farming settlement for the fish, may as well. Belgae, Power of Eberonia wants base metals. I'll trade with them. That is fine. Also, let's not forget, once before we run out of tyranny, to do some prisoner selling. Let's let the baby go. Least we can do. Sell. We're going to release you. I will sell you. Because we're going to go into peacetime after this for quite a while, I think I will do some more aggressive sales here. I'll sell you 7.5 and above. That's going to be my threshold. Oh my god. Really? 17? I mean, I guess understandable. This is like a god tier character. Look at this. Why can't she be my clan chief? I'm going to sell you into slavery. Make me a ton of money. Sell you. Release you. So, oh my gosh, wow. Some valuable hostages here. Sell you, get out of here. Alright. Sell you. Sell you, make sure I'm recording. I am recording. Cool. Alright, sell you. Let's see here. Sell you. Alright. That is a lot of money. So now with this money, we can go ahead and get the fort construction going over here. Move the surplus of stones. That is perfectly fine. And with this fort construction now underway, because the disloyal province doesn't cancel existing constructions, I should be able to switch this over to assimilation. Yeah, just barely, so we were fine. I would like this to be more loyal, but it's now trending up, and it is loyal, so that's kind of what I care about. We have a lot of sheep over here. I guess it makes sense. This is Ireland, so there's plenty of sheep around here. If people want to buy my sheep, they are very welcome to. I have a lot of extras. I think I just need more naval range for people to know about me and my sheep empire up here. Manawia is actually, it might be the most southerly location in my empire. It's one of the most southerly locations. I've had a really northern-focused expansion route for this campaign, which is understandable since it's Caledonian land. But speaking of Caledonian land, so the Cornawia claim will be done April 1st for 73. We're going to see if I'm the fool or if they're the fool for that date. So let's go ahead and resume. Speaking of trade, Celtiberians went base metals. Alright, so that's a bit further away. Very cool. Alright. Centralization is popping off. What's our next threshold for this? Needs 50. So here's an example where 10% monthly PI is much, much better than pop promotion speed +2, at least for my current need. So I will go for this over the other one. So, yeah. So now Ablani isn't going to break the alliance. At this stage, I think it's probably safe if I dissolve the alliance myself. I mean, Ablania knows that I'm much, much more powerful than they are. They probably also know that I have 2 different regions' armies now, so we're going to dissolve the alliance. Just that our truce gets going, so we're not waiting around on the truce. Because, of course, that is something I have to keep in mind. So let's see here. Valenian Truce 478, so around 480 we'll resume our Hibernian conquests. I probably am actually fine just to fight Ablania by myself if I've got the 2 armies. I think we're going to be okay in that regard. As for the Brigantine Alliance, do I dissolve now, or do I wait until I have a fortress built in Phantom Kokiri? The fort here would better cover me, because then, well, yeah, the bonus fort doesn't really block them at all. This land is quite vulnerable, so I do gotta be careful about that. Briganti is a pretty large army, actually, so I do need to be quite precise with this. And they do also have an alliance with Parissia, who would be my ally against them, if I could choose someone. I have to ally with the splintered lands of Coritania. We'll have to see what happens once we get to this point. I think we keep the Brigantine Alliance for now. There's no reason to have 2 of our southern borders be both dangerous at the same time, so I think we'll just proceed. I think we'll use our money to build the fort. Well, even do we want a fort here permanently? Honestly, if I control Windolanda, this is a better... well, actually, even this is a good spot for a fort. I don't even think I need a fort here. I have to think about the long term here. I don't really need a fort in this spot if I control this area anyways, so I think we leave it as is. Issue here. Red-handed. Several nights ago, Togo Dumnus Kores, which is our war chief, was discovered helping himself to a sizable quantity of gold from the national treasury. This is clearly a serious crime. However, there is something to be said for sweeping affairs like this under the carpet. Popularity for Talwork. It's probably fine. Does he not like this? He doesn't care. Have him flogged. That's fine. Military tradition? Really? Alright, we have a military tradition available to us. Let's take a look and see what options we have. Okay, so Insular Celtic. So we get access to Celtic traditions and Britannic traditions. So let's see here. Siege ability is probably what we're going to go for. Seems like a no-brainer. How about over here? Enslavement efficiency and national slave output or chariot stuff. Ooh, 3 innovations from this. That's pretty good. And reduced army attrition. I think I might go for this just to get towards the 3 free innovations. Because I'm not really getting innovations very fast at the moment. So I could make good use of that. I could use one of those, for example, to get the, where is it? The free province investment from this, as well as another route through this route. There's a lot of things I could do with 3 innovations when I've had no technology so far. So I could grab Glory of the Hunt. Tribal warfare is a brutal affair. The seizure of slaves, women, and valuables is a time-honored practice which we ought not to forego. Enslavement efficiency and national slave output. We do have a lot of slaves, so that's not the worst tradition in the universe for our gameplay purposes right now. So let's go and do that. Alright. Good stuff. Okay. I think we're looking pretty good. Fort here is done. Tyranny is looking solid. Okay. Well, what do we do now? Should have got more coffee before I started this next recording session. I was too excited to get to it. I just had to leap right into it. Where's my last ship coming from, by the way? Did I not build? Let's build one more. I forgot to build a 10th one. I canceled that actually to build something, so I just forgot to rebuild it later. No big deal. We'll build it pretty quick. We'll have our 2 10 trireme class I. That should be pretty good. Yeah. These guys are furious with me, but I really don't think they're going to declare war on me. The tribal AI is a bit unpredictable, but it's not that unpredictable. They know that I'm strong. They know that I have a lot of forces hanging around somewhere. So it shouldn't be a huge issue. I think for the this war here, let's see, the big issue is when is my Britannia force re-raisable? It's re-raisable November 25th. I think we re-raise it once we're able to, and then we just clear up Cornawia, get it over with. This will be a really quick fight. We'll raise our Caledonian forces just up here in Lugii, walk them over. We'll land, maybe we'll land over here with the other one. 3 stability or 27 gold. I think 3 stability is the better option here. We have a lot of stability right now. Let's take a look at our gods, actually. I think we can make some changes. I'm going to keep Brigantia as is. That military experience is being felt. And we have the Brigantia's Spear. Perhaps the murder weapon from a couple episodes ago, so we'll keep that as it is. I think now that we've got the numbers advantage in many situations, I feel more comfortable dropping the second discipline thing. But I don't actually think there's a better option at the moment. We don't really have enough commerce income. We're starting to get a bit of commerce income, but we're not there yet. What we really need is control of Albion to really get the crazy commerce going and to be out of the tribal stage. So for now, I think we just keep the discipline bonus because this is better than the other options. We're never going to get rid of Belisama, probably. And I already switched to Rosemeritai to get the pop growth bonus. So I actually don't think there is any change that's needed here. I could spend the PI, let's see, policy-wise, things are all where they need to be. Well, up here it's the wrong policy. It is civilization effort. It's not a bad policy, but it's not the one that I need. What I need is cultural assimilation up here. I think we start using these for province investitures. I think that's going to be what makes the most sense. Here they are. 80 for these guys. Let me see here. I think we probably, what are we going to want up here? Pop capacity, not yet. Probably business investments. Religious endowments won't be super necessary for quite a while. We don't really have that many buildings we even have at the moment. Yeah, business investments. I think that's probably our best use of PI at the moment. We just don't really have a lot of claims needed at the moment, so we don't need the PI quite as much as I would have assumed. All right. November 25th, almost there. All right, let's get the forces going. Pay my guys. Pay my fleet. I don't need to pay my fleet. They don't have any, that's not the right thing. They have any boats? They don't have any boats because they don't have any ports, so they definitely don't have any boats. I always, yeah, wait, no, they do have boats. How do they have boats? They have one location with no port, yet they have 2 ships. Do they have, no, they're a city-state. Do they have ships just like in the ocean? How is this the case? They don't have a port. I'm actually not sure how they have boats. Either this is wrong or they have boats in a weird way that I'm not expecting. I guess we tentatively pay our fleet, although it is quite expensive with the 2 fleets. I think we tentatively don't pay our fleet. We don't actually need our fleet for this war at all. Once we get into position, we're not going to use the boats for strategic purposes or for like combat purposes, so no need to pay our fleet. No need for forts either. We're not going to have them be besieging our stuff, so we'll leave it as is. Well, actually, if I could just pay for the Caledonii fort, I would. I think we'd just leave it alone. I also think, in terms of the future capital of Caledonia, I think Caledonia is still the best spot just because of its defensive qualities, even if it's not a great city location. I can have a capital that isn't eventually going to be a city, and Caledonia is a great example of that. Although making it a city would let me build a port here. This would be a pretty clutch spot to have a port, actually, right? The innermost part of the Mare Septentrionale. So, worth considering, I think. Worth considering. Anyways, yeah, so no need to pay for the ships. I think we leave the fort maintenance turned off. I should be able to avoid having any fort mishaps. 10 months for this? I didn't even notice that. Okay. Well, it will take a while for these guys to get into position, so I guess we just proceed. No need to do anything too complicated here. Also, we have a mercenary force now living on Monapia. That's pretty cool. They're not the best force. They don't have a great leader. They got the worst mercenary leader I think I've ever seen in my life, so that is kind of funny. But okay. That's fine. On the boats you go, after you get the right. You on that. You on that. Have you lead the way. Follow. Boats. Alright. We're going to head on up here. I think the plan will be I spawn the Caledonian forces at Lugai, and then they walk over here. And then they just walk into the marsh, and then the other force will be in Caer and then they'll walk in at the same time. So let's just get that set up. We can get that going even before the force is ready to raise. Now, one issue is 500 of my guys will appear at Monapia. I won't have to move them up. So actually, what I should probably do is keep my force in Karnanake, where they can eat the local food. Then we'll just walk them over when the time is right. So, yeah, we'll do it like that. September 25th. All right. Make this please. Oh, we're not. Right. Okay. Never mind. All right. Yeah, come down here. 1st of March. Okay, that's totally fine. We're, unlike the previous war where we weren't ready when the war started, this time we're getting ready way before the war starts, but we have a lot of really good stuff going on domestically. We can probably be much more aggressive against Britannia once we're in the right position for it. I'm just waiting for this fort to finish. I think what I might do is, well, the issue is my mission tree is going to push me towards taking on Hibernia first, but this land is, well, which one do we go? Karnanake becomes a city? What? This makes it a city? Are you serious? It's really random. I'm not even sure I want it to become a city. I have to think about this. So I'm not gonna. So let me actually think about whether I even want to proceed with this mission at all. This one is just not happening. Controlling this is not happening for many decades. I just don't have the population for colonization yet. This, for similar reasons, won't be happening for many decades. This one won't be happening for many decades, so these ones won't be available. This one won't be available because of this. This one here, I need to colonize 2 spots. This is a little more doable, but it is still quite a lot to ask. I'm also not even sure this mission continues to have like a path forward because I just can't colonize this uncolonized land. So I think I actually abort the mission at this point. I'd lose 5 stability, which is fine. Let's do the matter of Britannia, honestly. I think that's going to give us a lot more options, and it should hopefully start us off with the Brigantine conquest. I think what I do, let's change our short-term goals here a little bit. This fort is most of the way towards completion. Once this fort is done, even though I'm not allied with Ablania, I feel pretty safe from Ablania. I don't think Ablania is going to attack me. And nobody else borders me except for Ablania over here, so we should be pretty fine. So I think I'll feel fine about Hibernia for now. Once this war's done, the north is secure. Now I'll focus on going south into Britannia, which is much richer land, much more population, and all this population is my same culture group. So even though I have Hibernian heritage, like I said in the first episode, the Hibernians and the Britannians are the same culture group. That's not a distinction there. So this is a much better area to conquer, and more resources, and just in general, I'm going to get a lot more from these wars. I can come back to Hibernia later, especially once I've got more numbers, but yeah, so like taking on these wars will be a little bit more profitable at this stage, I think. So let's do the matter of Britannia. Our fortune awaits in foreign lands. The Britannia region has been considered part of our borders, yet much of it remains beyond our control. Make sure that it is brought under our influence one way or another. Another reason I'm going to make this switch here is because, as we just saw before I abandoned that mission, the Caledonia mission is going to require a lot of colonization to really have any movement, which just isn't feasible for us at the moment. This land is so much more populous, we're not going to depopulate stuff as quickly as we've been doing in Caledonia. So This is the right call. Let's start the mission. We're going to lose the respectable olive branch modifier. That's fine. Let's consult the clan council. So 1st of March of 474, we're going to get claims on Brigantia, Cornoia, and Coritania. Those are the provinces I was hoping to see. Take a look at this. It's these 3 in the north. So that's a great place to start. We're going to see a very natural southwardly expansion direction with this. Settle Brigantia here. Okay, so this is perfect. This is perfect. All right, I'm feeling re-energized after the slightly sleepy last couple episodes. We're going to finish off Cornalia, and then we will move into Brigantia. So we're gonna roll the dice that Ablania. Actually, with that in mind, we need to dissolve our Brigantine alliance right now so that we get our truce going. Yeah, because we have to wait for the truce either way. And they're not going to dissolve their alliance with me. Brigantia knows that I'm the big dog in the region, so let's do it. Dissolve the alliance. We're going to cancel military access with them too. Grab it with Ablania? I don't. The matter of Britannia, just in time for this meeting, we've canceled the alliance. The region of Britannia has remained a valuable source of trade and commerce for our nation for many long years. Many amongst the clan council insist that such a bountiful land would serve much better purpose if fully integrated under the Monapia banner. Of course, as with all matters of state, many are in opposition, claiming that a healthy relationship with our neighbors is far more important than a wanton land grab. The leaders of each side have presented their arguments and asked for an arbitration as to which method would be more appropriate in our dealings with the various states resident in Britannia. So these characters are both, well, actually this guy's not actually super loyal. I do want to build the peaceful modifier, so we will go for that. Carinus will just have to suck it up and deal with it. So are you getting food? I think you are. Using a little bit of food. No, you're not actually. You're getting food, so you're totally fine. Alright, what are we looking at here? September 25th, that's right. We have a claim on Caledonia, good. Or a claim on Cornawia, rather, so that is good. That is in time. Alright. Feeling motivated about my change in direction. I think in this regard, I'm actually not going to build the fort in Phantom Kokidi. Mostly just because I don't think this fort makes sense longer term. Even if it's in a good spot to block off this passageway, if I've got people walking around over here, then I'm already in trouble once I take on the Brigantian land. Taxing druids, we've seen this event before. 15 PI and loyalty with that guy. Yes, please. I can now spend that PI on one of these things. I could do... I think business investments just makes the most sense. I can get another combination of trade goods, which seems like the right call. So let's go ahead and do an enticing of business investments. We should get enough claims from our mission tree to not need PI for claim generation, so we should be free to do this. Let's go for it. Also, I don't think I need this fleet to be up here anymore, so let's send you back over to your home port. Also, I think that once I do have... so let's plan out, actually, our Brigantian conquest. That's much more interesting than our conquest up here. I think what I'll probably do... Need a new elder. Did my elder die? Must have. Let's see. This guy's got ambitious. This guy does not have ambitious. This guy does have better base loyalty. Which, you know, he doesn't. Married into the ruler, so loyalty's the same. Both have nefarious tendencies, so that's kind of... Actually, everyone has nefarious tendencies. Holy crap! All right, that's fine. These guys are very similar. This guy's got... I think this guy's got depression though. Let's assign Brucusa Urcus. I think, is this guy... I know this character from somewhere. This guy looks familiar. I don't know. He's going to be my elder at 21. That's fine. Do I have more population? 12 Monapians! Look at that! Look at our manpower. 2,100 from the 12 Monapians. Our assimilation plan is slowly bearing fruit. Very cool to see that. It is very slow, but we're getting there very gradually. Remember, each additional tile that we control is another, like, copy of our assimilation bonus being applied to population. So controlling a wide nation is very strong when you're converting in the way that I am. So that's our spreading out of the Monapian nation is very important to just get as much assimilation as possible. Yeah, so I think what we'll do... I think I may set up... how do I even say this? Ines Soed Orc. as a naval base up here. That could be kind of funny, just because it's, you know, sort of like in real history, the naval base up here. But I have to think about whether that makes sense or not. Probably not in this game, actually. I think I'll just move the port to Caledonia once I make it a city. But I'll keep it there for now. Alright, so what I was saying before is I may set up what I might do is split this port into 2 different spots. Maybe I set one up in, maybe in Nawante, actually. Maybe I set one up, well, I think what I should do is, well, okay, let me go back to that later. Sending out the opposition, alright, let's maintain a benevolent image. I think I want to turn Kokium into a port, because this will be a city later on, most likely. Well, actually, maybe not. Got a farmland down here. I'm not going to think about that right now. I'm pretty far away from actually taking this stuff myself, so no need to make any hasty decisions here. We've got wars to do first in the north. Alright. I think we'll just raise everyone in Manawi, because they're going to be 500 here anyways. Just in time for my manpower to recover. I have a lot of manpower recovery right now. Very good. We're proceeding along very well. Almost at 50 centralization already. Looking solid. Check my decisions again. 60 for this. 50 for this. Just need enough civ level over here. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get this in time unless we really wait on the tribal stage. I don't know. The tribal stage has so many disadvantages compared to the post-tribal stage. Actually, hold on. Our levy is ready now. All right. Let's raise the whole thing in Manawia, just for ease of purpose. Yeah, you stay there. Follow, get into the envelopment stance. Let's classes 1. Get over here. So you come here. All right, here we go. Once I can colonize the stuff, it's gonna be nice because these are some good spots to get. It's gonna take a while though. Like Namnonia, for example. We need a lot of population. Now, where can Manawia reach to? We have the commercial ventures complete. Very good. All right. I think we have access to some more stuff. Let's cancel the cloth trade route. Oh my gosh, so much sheep. Sheesh. All right. We could trade for gold actually, just for money purposes. If we can't find something else that we can get a pairing of. I guess, you know, we probably should be trading for vegetables for slave movement. We haven't really moved slaves around that much yet. I think we should get a fish trade going. Although we actually only need 1 copy of fish. Trade with the Belgae. Alright, so we had 1 fish already. Let's get a fish trade and a horse trade. I don't think that's super necessary. What about a leather trade? Don't actually have access to leather. What about earthenware? No earthenware. I guess we'll trade for gold. That's fine. With somebody not in the British Isles. I guess we don't have an option with this. We'll trade with the Hibernians. That's fine. Alright. That is some good stuff. Make sure this is all being paid for. Yep, alright. Bit of a sleepy episode. Sorry about that. But we are making good strides here. We can progress at a brisk pace. Once we finish off the north, we can turn our attention to Britannia. We have to wait for this truce anyways, so this is going to take a while. Our truce with Brigantia. 479, so we have a while to get ready. And we're not going to go for Blania first, I think. Alright, this is land. So let's see, 22nd of December. Alright. Yeah, so once we land, we'll declare the women, they'll march on both sides. We should be able to kill them immediately. and then do the assault, and then finish the war. So, there we go. Alright, come on back home. Let's also not forget to cancel our military access with these guys. They're going to be upset about that, but that's fine. Alright, declare the war, take Caledonia. Yep. Now, yeah, going down. Get in there. Now, I don't know where their ships are. They allegedly have 2 ships somewhere, so not sure what that's about. Do they have military access with someone? They don't, so whatever the case, those phantom ships will soon disappear. Are they going to raise their forces? Maybe not. I guess they are. Okay. This should be fine. I don't agree with this assessment. These guys don't have full morale. We should get there in time to help out. We're not going to get there in time to help. This is actually kind of an issue. I think we just take the loss, because then we'll arrive and clean up. I actually didn't think that would happen. Okay, now we're going to win. Are we going to win? We're not. Okay, well, this is unexpected. We're not going to win this fight. What the hell is happening here? What? Okay, well, this changes things a little bit. This wasn't what I was expecting to happen up here. Back to Caledonia. This is unusual. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I should have won that fight I had twice their numbers. Yes, I was attacking into a marsh, and yes, it was in 2 different. I should have just put them together and moved them as a big group. I don't know why I did this double thing when I should have realized it would be quite a different amount of time to get there. Well, that woke me up. Shit. Okay. Well, I have no allies coming to help me out, so I got to do this myself. I think we're fine. I think we just... Let me actually move a fleet up there, actually, to provide more strategic options. This is awkward, but we're not in serious trouble here. Unless they catch me and stack wipe me, which shouldn't be possible, game. Don't even think about it. The Playing Council speaks. Protect the weak of Britannia. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Okay, yeah, they're not going to come for Caledonia. Now, fortunately, I can hide in this very good mountain spot and recover my forces, but this is going to obliterate my manpower. I mean, I have a while to wait anyways, but I thought this war would be a very quick thing and wouldn't really, you know, require a lot of attention, but I guess not. These guys are going to fight for their life against me. Okay, well, here we go. It's gonna happen how it's gonna happen. I guess we have to wait to see what they do. They're just going to stand here. Oh, you know what the issue is? They've got an 11 martial leader, Donwin Galbo. That might be part of what's going on here. I've only got a 7 martial at my best. Okay, so this is awkward, but they aren't, you know, I ultimately will have enough to recover above them pretty succinctly, so I think we should be fine. She wants... The magistrate died too? Jeez, alright. Galen Urkus, I think we called for here. Super corrupt, though, is the issue. This is the guy I was looking at before. All right, you know what? That's fine, though. This is going to have to pay him a bit more. A corrupt officer isn't a huge deal, probably. All right, hang out here in Caledonia. Build back up here. Also, let's boost this up just to be safe. Probably should have had that going. I just didn't expect this, like, fight to go so badly. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. What? Why? Plotting quietly? Are you kidding me? What the hell is this? I've never seen plotting quietly before in my life. Well, gotta do it. I can't have disloyal admirals. We've been through that shit before. It's not happening. Alright, we're fine. So cover... Get back out there. Asshole, alright. That's fine. I think what we'll do is we'll recover our morale, as much manpower as we can, and then just march up together, make sure we're moving at the same time as each other so there's no more funny business, and then we'll make the attack. Should be fine. Should be fine. 136 for ports. I think we start moving now. Yeah, they're moving at the same time. Actually, no. The forces are moving way ahead of everybody else. Attach. There we go. Now they're all lined up correctly. I'm glad I caught that, because I remember in previous campaigns having some horse-related disaster situations in terms of army movement, so glad I'm paying attention to that. It's a relief. I'm not sure what Ablania is doing. I guess they're fighting the rest of Hibernia. Very funny. These guys are going down that direction. Not sure what they're up to, but yeah, they're coming back. They saw the air of the blaze. Let's just go over here so we have line of sight, which is what I should have done earlier. Alright, we're back up to basically full strength. Only used up a lot of our manpower. We're fine. No need to worry. Let's make the attack. This should be fine. This time everyone's coming in at the same time. It's basically a repeat of what just happened earlier, except this force is out of position. They will get there a couple days into the fight, but that should give us the edge we need to get things off going in the right track. They're actually going to run away. Okay. This 11 Marshal General is running away. That's totally fine. Alright, now they're coming back, but not until after the fight. Alright, we stack wipe them. We just won the war, just like that. Once these guys are locked into walking away, I'll do the assault and just get this over with so I can try and save my manpower recovery a little bit. Alright. Well, I will say, the Cornawians really put up quite a fight. They just got depopulated. Well, I guess that's one way to win the war. Damn it. Ah, okay. That's unfortunate. I was hoping I'd be able to sell off their nobles to get some tyranny, but it wasn't meant to be. That's a shame, but with that, the entire northern section of Caledonia is now cleared out or under my control. It's going to be pretty hard to actually colonize the stuff all the way up here, but also I think this is just a visual bug. I don't think there's actually a fort here. We can go ahead and lower our forces and send the Navy back. Alright. Looks like Ablania is actually getting obliterated by a bunch of different people, getting split apart. Alright, well, looks like Ablania not liking me may not matter soon. I don't think these other tribes will attack me either. It's the same reason Ablania probably wouldn't attack me. I don't like that I'm about to get to 0 tyranny, though. Oh well, I think we just wait. I think at this point we actually do that peacetime I keep talking about and not doing. Just slowly build up our resources, build up our manpower, kind of just chill out. Decrease pay, turn off my forts. Now we just chill out. Maybe these crazy wages. Sheesh. That super corrupt magistrate is draining a lot of money. But it is what it is. Alright. Let's just progress along. I don't even know how to speed 2 during this war. I just zoomed through it. Well, at the end of the day, this is a game about nations, not about, like, settlements. So the fact that we deleted the nation tag is what kind of matters here, even if we didn't get the settlement ultimately. So, a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can just proceed. Alright, so for our war against Brigantia, I don't think we need an ally in the area. Look at Siluria. That's kind of cursed. Big Siluria. Also, the other cool thing is all of the rivers around here, we can take advantage of these. Maybe even against Brigantia, we can use a fleet up the river Isura, land people at Dolur immediately. There's some interesting tactics we could use involving these rivers. I'll have to think about this more. We have a while to think. We have a while before our truce with them is up. Or our truce with them is up. We just take it easy. Build up our Monopian population. We are up to 15 Monopians. Big manpower maximum. Great to see that. We are pumping away with the cultural assimilation across the board, everywhere that we can. Any ways we can increase cultural assimilation even further? I don't really think so. I think we just leave it as it is. I could be establishing colonies, but I still don't think I have enough population to really make that a good idea, because they'll be moving the few Monopians that I still have around all over the place, and that seems like kind of, once we finish the fort over here. There we go. Shame of a governor. In the midst of a fallow season, Caecilius Euricus, one of our most esteemed governors, held a vast and lavish party at a summer palace at Caer Lewilid. He has a summer palace over there? Okay. Even his most loyal subordinates were shocked by this display of contempt for the plight of the common man, and have written directly to us, demanding that some manner of justice be served. He could lose loyalty and pay, lose money, population happiness in Brigantia, and he loses his governor position. Is there a good governor, like, alternative to him? Oh, hello, Buitiacus. Mr. Good Governor. Look at this. He'd actually be a good admiral, too, but 9 finesse? Holy moly. The issue is, so I either make him a governor and get a great governor for Britannia. This is probably the smarter move, because I don't really need lots of great admirals, but I do need a good governor for Britannia. Let's demand his resignation. And then we assign Buitiacus, also extra happiness for all of my druidics. Look at this. Alright, switch it over to assimilation. Just like that, I managed to discover that I have a new young... This guy is going to be my Britannic governor for quite a while, I think. I could call him the Brighton. I think we'll leave it at that, unless I need him to... Actually, you know what? Let's do it, just to be fun, because I don't do these very often. Let's... As a signal for our very promising new governor of Britannia, Buitiacus, let's give him a name. Call him the Brighton, or the Britain, however you say that. Buitiacus the Brighton. Can I name him? I'll give myself one? I don't think so. I wonder if they're going to give me a name when I get really old. Sometimes that happens with your characters. So Talorc is now very old. He actually still has inflammation, so he's just been wheezing away for the last 20 years or whatever. His daughter Alauna is 25, son Tutamalius is 23, and his youngest daughter Brenwyn is 11, but they're not really going to be part of the story too much. I did speculate before that he might die and be replaced by, who's most likely now? Now actually Dumnacus is the most likely, so we may see a Marganii ascension, which would be fine. He's not a great replacement though. He is, I guess his traits are similar. He is, though, slightly better martial, but his other traits are a little worse, or in the case of Zeal, much worse. I would rather have Cowerinus become the successor. It may be worth tipping the scale here. What's the difference here? From modifiers. What does that mean? This guy's actually also sick. He's got herpes. He's also got deceitful. Is it from corruption? Or from popularity, I mean, not corruption. That might be the difference. I could smear him. Since I need to gain tyranny right now, let's smear him and kind of just see what happens, because it doesn't affect loyalty directly, aside from tyranny affecting loyalty. Maybe give it the monthly tick, then we'll see. Just out of curiosity. Alright. Not too much to say right now. We're just chilling out. Growing our population very slowly. When's our next population appearing? 79. Okay. Need more pop growth over here. What is Popworth affected by? Civ value. That affects it. Need more civ value. I mean, I need that in Monapia for other reasons too. I could build something over here now, right? So I could build a couple things. I think my best bet is to build academies for the civ change. Plus, I want more nobles. And these will be... Academies in the tribal stage are not super great, but once you're a monarchy, having the 3 academies in your capital is pretty good. So I think I start building academies, and I maybe do the building investiture as well, just to make sure I have the room for it. Peacetime is kind of boring, but it is an important part of the campaign. We have to build up our resources, build up our manpower. 15 Monapians, that's pretty good. We're slowly climbing up there. Our assimilation master plan is slowly coming to fruition. It is a very long-term thing, but it is ultimately going in the right direction. October 1st. All right, Melisama, I'm calling upon you once more for the pop assimilation speed. And maybe this is a good time to switch one of these deities. I think Nanto Swelta, it might be time. Especially if I'm a bit more careful with my invasions and where I'm attacking with. That's my commerce. Commerce is starting to creep up a bit more. I think as aggressive expansion declines and I just gain more territory in the south and I reach more people will do trade deals with me. I have a lot of sheep to sell, but not many sheep purchasers quite yet. I think what I should do... Let's see. Or noble happiness, because I do have a couple nobles. I am going to try and get more nobles too. But at this stage, nobles are doing so little for me. Just a little bit of research. I'm still at only 0.1 research at the moment, so I'm not progressing very fast at all. So maybe, I mean, the thing with academies is I'm actually thinking about the academies more for the civ change modifier than the noble stuff. I think there are civ change modifiers for something else too, right? I guess I could build marketplaces for more assimilation. That might be a little better at the moment. And marketplaces are cheaper. Yeah, I should probably be building marketplaces over here for more trade route stuff too. All right, let's build marketplaces in Monapia and switch Nanto Swelta. Let's start to push for commerce income. Let's switch to Lugos. I think our days of getting as many military advantages as possible from everything are at an end. We've got the strategic overwhelming advantage, even if we don't have the tactical advantage quite yet, if that makes sense. So let's switch over to Lugos, national commerce income, national citizen output on Omen if we really want to, but I don't really think that's going to be necessary. And with this, I think we may have our permanent pantheon for the rest of tribal stage and possibly for monarchy stage. I'm just trying to think if any of these need to get switched. I think this is probably what we're going to roll with. Unless we get some sort of crazy syncretic thing going on later, which I don't really anticipate, so probably leave it like that. I also think I will move the Care Luluid, rather the Care Lulid fleet to a new home. I don't know if this is the best spot long term. I think what I will do is, I think I'll spend the rest of the episode talking about this actually, is, and we'll just progress at speed too in a leisurely way. After the Brigantia War, what I'm going to plan to do, so Brigantia is allied with Parissia, and I will try and just do a big, like, and I'll bring in maybe an ally to help me out. Oh, Carthage just gave me a tech advancement. Our trade connection with Carthage, new ideas have spread to our people. Well, thank you, Carthage. That was nice of you. Hanno Hanid, giving me tech advantage. Very cool. If you could buy my sheep, too, while you're talking to me, Carthage. I have a lot of sheep to sell. Do you like sheep? I have lots of sheep. Anyways, so what I'm thinking is I'll attack Brigantia. Parissia will join. I mean, Parissia controls the other part of the Brigantine, or rather the Brigantia province, which is this kind of weird, snaky shape. In fact, the Brigantia capital is actually in Galawa. Their capital is actually in Courtania. The way these provinces are shaped is kind of strange. That's why there's so many different provincial capitals around here. So the mission calls for me to control Brigantia, and this gives me Monapian population. Holy crap, okay, that's pretty good. Do these other missions also do that? They all give me different things, okay. I get 5 Brigantic citizens in Dolor, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so this is pretty good though for the 2 Monapian pops, that's pretty big. 2 tribesmen too, I think I should move them to Monapia when this happens. This gives me a claim on, actually, wait, hold on. Acquire, this isn't a Britannia province. Why is Wodadinia in this mission tree? This is my home province that's in Caledonia. What the hell is this? Why is a Caledonian province in the Matter of Britannia mission tree? I thought these mission trees were very specifically region-based. Okay, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but this is going to take a while for the reasons it took a while in the other tree, because I need to colonize these 2 areas. Well, that's awkward. So that may delay getting to this stuff. What is this? Hold on. I pick a family to be in charge? It's kind of a weird tree. Okay, whatever. Cornovia, it's going to take a long time. Britannia. Okay, gotcha. That's fine. So I think what we do is we have claims on all this stuff, is we just full annex Brigantia and Parisia, and then what we do is we set up, I think we keep Dunating as the Brigantine. I guess we could move the capital. What do we move it to? Probably Dictium. This was my Brigantine capital in the Akenia campaign, and it's a good location for the similar reasons. Brigantia doesn't really have great terrain for cities. I could just keep it in Dunating to be a very fortified capital, and sort of like with Caledonii, and not ever plan for it to be a city. I don't need there to be a city over here. And Dictium doesn't have to be the capital, even if I make it a city later. I think I keep it in Dunating for now, just so it's very protected. And then for the Brigantine sections of these, I think what I do, I think I should move the Caer Luilid dock over to Colunium, which is a bit more central in northern Britannia. And this way, it's, yeah, because this is more central, and I guess I could move it to Cocium, but I'll probably build a city in Carleon where, look at these crazy names down here. This is that mod that I have that changes all the names. I guess the dock doesn't need to be, it could be in a forest too. I could have it in Portus Setantiorum. This might be a slightly more central spot, actually. I'll have to think about that. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. Let's just progress. I've played so, like, 18 gold for 6 stability. I think this is clearly worthwhile. Let's go for it. I've been playing this campaign so, like, closely that I'm actually in a really strong spot right now. 25 years into the campaign, and we're a regional power. We control half of our starting region and a little bit of our neighboring region. We're the naval power, probably, of this side of the planet. And no one's going to attack me. Also, Ablania has been deleted from the universe. Gangania is now our new neighbor. They don't like me because I have a Casus Belli on them. No. Yeah, I have a Casus Belli on them. How did I... Oh, because of the mission tree, that's right. So I do keep the Casus Belli that I got over here, so that's pretty good. Alright. Oh man, I need a refill on coffee. Oh well, I'll get it after this episode recording. Let me know in the comments how you think the campaign's going so far. It's had kind of like odd pacing, I think, just because of our super tough start, but now we're in a bit of a more traditional place for a misadventure Imperator campaign, where we're basically kind of too strong for our own good, and the scrappy early game like is kind of behind me. I'm sort of losing track of my bigger picture here. I think that once we start fighting in Britannia, we're going to really discover that we're not quite the overdog we feel like just because of our big size. Because Brigantia, I know for sure, has more than 2k, and their ally Percy is going to bring in 2k as well. So I'm going to be outnumbered against these guys without an ally in the area. I think I probably want to bring in Cortania, even though they just got smacked around by Siluria, who is much smaller than them, so that's kind of awkward. They're allied with Kenya. What about these guys? Allied with Ordowikia. I think Cortania, I'm going to attack Cortania later, then I'll attack Cornoia, so I think Cortania is a better ally in that regard. I can have one ally still. I do have one slot at the moment. Yeah, I have one slot at the moment. Alright, a petitioner approaches. Let's see here. 3 stability. Actually, have I had this event before? Oh, hold on. A mature individual by the name of Cowerinus Urcus. This is actually Cowerinus approaching us. A hushed voice speaks of a vision of the near future. He offers all of his worldly goods. All of his worldly goods? I think he has a few more worldly goods than just 38 gold, but okay, sure game. I think I'll actually take the gold, because I need gold a little bit more, and my stability is increasing at a reasonable pace. And then this improves loyalty for him. Or, I mean, they both do. I'll take the gold. Alright. I think I should probably... Marketplace of Manawi is done. I think I can use that gold to build another marketplace. Almost. I need 68. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Alright, I think what I should do... If I ally with Cortania, they're also going to distract Persia with this this crossing here. I think that's what I should probably do. But I won't set this up yet, because I have to still wait until my truce with these guys are up. So I think in maybe late 78, I start getting situated, but I don't need to do it yet. I still have some time to get ready. And I still have manpower max to reach, thanks to my growing population. 15 Monopians. Very good. Let's take a look and see. Am I administering everything right? Oh yeah, look at this. Pop assimilation across the board. Gotta love it. This guy's actually helping out a lot because of his really high finesse. Talek only has 5 finesse, so I need to remember that his assimilation is not as good. So that's solid stuff. Glad to see it. Yeah, I don't think I need the fort in Phantom Kokidi, because it would only be good for this one war, and then after that my border is much further south. So this is a good spot for a fort permanently, but I'm not going to build a fort just for one war. My capital back here in Vaness is already fortified, so I shouldn't be too scared of that. I think we're going to be fine. Alright. One thing I could also do, now this is kind of a goofy idea, but something I could do while I'm waiting around for that truce with Brigantia to expire, I could go on a completely unexpected expedition to Europe and turn some tribe into a tribal vassal to give me the tribal vassal bonus. Now I know that this idea has just come out of nowhere and is probably giving everybody whiplash, but I just thought about this. That's probably a pretty decent option for me. I have the naval range and the naval prowess to pull something like that off. It gives me something to do while I'm waiting for Brigantia, because I don't usually like just to sit around and wait when I'm at peacetime. As you've seen, I like to do peacetime wars, as I paradoxically call them. And this gives me a chance just to get a bit of a change of scenery, going on a bit of an expedition. I'd set up a tribal vassal and not take land, because I don't actually want land in Europe yet. I'm not at that stage yet. And the person I'd probably want to take over is somebody whose ports I can take advantage of a lot. So I'm thinking somebody like Monapia, confusingly similar name, or Osismia, where their ports are in strategic locations. Maybe even Weneia, because their port is facing all the southern coastline, and this could be an important port for me, because the shape of the southern part of Britannia means getting my navies around might be kind of awkward, so having this be a tribal vassal that I can have access with their port could be quite handy. These guys are also allied with Osismia for what that's worth, so this may not be a super easy fight, but getting a vassal down here, maybe 2 vassals? I only need 1 vassal to get the tribal vassal, the tribal tributary bonus going, so I'll have to think about this. I'll just research on the wiki to see exactly what the bonus will do. Actually, I need to check the Invictus documentation to see that, because it probably gets changed. But if I can get that as a tribe, I think it's worth going for that. And maybe going for Winitia to get the port bonus to fight against the southern Britannians when the time comes. But anyways, I'll be thinking about that between episodes. As you can see, in the span of a couple episodes, my perspective has shifted from just Northern Caledonia to really Albion and the northern Gallic coast. I'm now thinking a bit bigger because I've got Caledonia basically locked down. Hibernia is mine just in everything, but in reality, no one except for me is going to ever be able to get this stuff, and it's just a matter of me getting around to it. It's not a huge priority. This land is very low population, in serious danger of being depopulated, and it's just a matter of clearing these tags out, kind of like with the Northern Caledonians. If I can get these tags cleared out and just get it under my control or unpopulated, that's good to do, but really, it's Britannia and the populous area over here that is the much bigger prize. I think I've got now with my 2 armies, my 2 fleets, and my big squad of pretty high martial clan chiefs that I've got set up here, except for you. You 2 are both pretty good and you're okay. I think we're in the right position to push now into Britannia once my truce with Brigante is up, and start to see some actual, like, proper conquest after we've just been, fighting for the scraps of Caledonia. We've got our backline fully under control. Now Monapia sails south and marches south as well. So with that inspiring speech out of the way, I will think about my tribal vassal idea. I have a couple years to pull that off. I think that's enough time. And I think going for someone like Winitia is probably the best approach, not someone really far away, even though that would be kind of interesting, just because Winitia gives me the advantage of the port for access purposes. So I'll think about that, but thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Monapia campaign, and I'll see you all next time.